it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I have a new product from a brand called Foodies Vegan, a very interesting, innovative company. This is called Pumfu. It's made with organic pumpkin seeds, and I will have a link below to their website to check out all the offers because they keep innovating with different products using pumpkin seeds, which is very unique. This is what the package looks like. This is their original. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give you some ideas. I've never tried it before, so we'll see what I think. So it is made with organic pumpkin seeds. It's the original flavor. They also have a few others that are seasoned. They also have ones that are already in crumbles. So very interesting. It's USDA organic, non-GMO project verified. It's keto friendly also because it has only 1 net carbs. It's certified gluten-free, has no soy. It has 17 grams of protein per 4-ounce serving. It's also kosher pyriv. It's a plant-based meat tofu alternative. It's perishable, so you need to keep it refrigerated. Hence the name Pumfu for pumpkin seeds, and then tofu. They use the 2 letters from the tofu. Okay, so that's really very unique. It's also a women-owned company. They've been around, I think it's since 2007. Yeah, so it's been a while. Let's see what else. It's a family-owned business. It's manufactured in Cincinnati, actually Ohio is where the company's based. It's also produced in a facility that uses cashews, in case you need to know. And what is this? Is 2 ingredients: organic pumpkin seeds and filtered water. That is it. What else it says on here is it's incredibly versatile: stir-fry, barbecue, breakfast scramble, and so many more. Can be marinated, grilled, sauteed, baked, or even fried. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. It's actually ready to eat or cook, meaning this is already cooked, so you do not have to cook it. It is also pre-pressed, so less excess water. It's minimally processed, and appearance may vary. It has this says different shades of small green or brown pieces, and all separation also normal, so you should know. And Pumfu is not raw or fermented, so that's also important to know. It also says use within 5 days of opening, or freeze it and keep refrigerated. Do not use if the seal is broken. What else it says is, what is Pumfu? It's a game-changing plant-based protein made from organic pumpkin seeds. Amazing alternative to meat, tofu, eggs, cheese, and more. It has a mild nutty taste and a firm texture, and it takes on any flavor easily. So this is why the original, I like originals of everything. I some of the companies that make things that are already seasoned, I don't actually like so much. So I call this like a blank canvas because you could do anything you want with it. So I prefer it that way. That's me. And it says, our mission is we're committed to making high quality, delicious vegan products. This is our passion. No soy, no gluten, and nothing artificial. We're all about clean ingredients and simple processing, made with love from our family to yours. Very nice. And then let's see anything else to share with you. And then it shows you, this is some of their different products. They have a sausage crumble. Again, it's all vegan. It's just called that way. A chorizo crumble and a sloppy joe. And then they have like a scramble one that's already prepared. So let's see if there's anything else I didn't tell you yet. So I haven't opened this yet to try it. So what I'm going to do first, so I'm going to open it so I can show you. This is what it looks like. So yeah, it does look like kind of like the whole idea of tofu. So it's in of course it's a sealed package. So I guess if I'm going to open it, I'm probably not going to use the whole thing. I would do it in quarters, and it says use within 5 days. So I'm going to see how I want to open this so I can keep it in the package, but then I would also put it in some kind of a Ziploc or something. I don't know if it opens. Doesn't have a tab to do it. I'm trying to see if it does or not. So what I'm going to do, I first thought I would try, is, yeah, it doesn't have anything. I'm trying to find it, but there's a tab. I may have to cut it with a knife. So I thought I would try it kind of as a spread and mix it with some other ingredients. Like I have here a tortilla. These are really nice tortillas. I have the bag to show you what that is. So and I will have links below to all the other products I mentioned and ingredients I'm using. This is from a company called Food for Life. It's their Ezekiel sprouted flourless, excuse me, taco-sized tortillas. That's what the package looks like. They also make a larger size. They make lots of other products too. So what I'm going to do is open this. Let me see here. I have some other utensils and ingredients. So I have a knife here that I'm going to use. And this is also a knife to tell you about. It's a little cut here, but it's a ceramic knife. This is a brand called Kyocera. It was given to me as a gift. And what I like about ceramic knives is that you don't get the metallic taste on your food, but they do chip. So that's the only thing. And they do stain. So this is a white one. The black one doesn't stain as much if you have a black one, but they still stain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to open this the best way I can so that I can leave it in here. Let's see. it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have any tear tab. I thought it might. So that's what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put some in a little bowl. And I'm going to add maybe some other things. Let's see how I want to cut this. I'm trying to figure out. Because it is a little watery, so I don't want to make too much of a mess. So let's see how to do this. It's not super watery like I guess with tofu. So I'm just trying to figure this out. I guess maybe the liquid will kind of go pop down to the bottom. Okay, so open it this way. Just trying to figure this out as I'm doing the video. So pardon me. So trying to see if it has any kind of a smell. Not really. I don't really smell anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this carefully. Let's see here. Ooh, okay. Didn't want to open it that much, but okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now, open it a little more as I do this as I speak. So yeah, it is a nice cake. So it is cooked, in case you didn't know. That's why it said it's not raw or fermented on the package. So what I'm going to do is, this is about half like this. Then I'm going to take a quarter to start. See how we do with that. And put it in, I have a little bowl here. So I'm going to take a quarter here. And then the other quarter I'm going to maybe do something else with to show you. So I have a little bowl here. I'm just going to drop it in there. Okay, and then put this aside for now. I'm going to put it flat here on the box so it doesn't drip out. So now what I'm going to do is see, first maybe I should taste it. See what I think just like this, without anything on it. Okay, let's see how it tastes. It does have a meaty type of a taste. More meaty, I think, than tofu. Tofu is more, I think, like silky. So yeah, that's interesting. Oh, and I didn't mention, which I should do, about the nutritional information. So I want to put this down carefully. I forgot about that. So it is high, very high in protein, as I mentioned. There's 17 grams. So what else? 2 servings per container. It says about half, which is 4 ounces. It's a 8-ounce package. So wow, the total fat, again, it's good fat from the pumpkin. It's 28 grams for that 1 serving. Carbs are low. That's why it says it's dietary fiber is 5 and carbs are 6. So to get the net carbs, you take away the fiber from the carbs. That's why it's only 1 net carb. That's why keto people would be interested. I'm not keto, but anyway, that's, and then protein's very high. Like I said, 17 grams, 4% calcium and 30% iron for that 1 serving. So if you split that in half, if you do it in quarters, it's still 15%, which is really high. So that's just, I didn't mention that before, so I wanted to mention that. But yeah, it has a very meaty type of a taste, which is really interesting. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to see if I can kind of mash it. Maybe I'm going to take a little bit less. Maybe I'm going to take half of the quarter. Put this on the plate here. And I have a fork, so what I'm going to try to do is mash it a little. See if it'll mash. Whoopsie. It went in the wrong place. Okay. So what I'm doing here to show you in the camera, I'm trying to mash it. Okay, yeah, now it's doing it. To kind of make it into like a, kind of like a, I don't know if it'll be a spread, but yeah, it's really nice how they do it. I don't know how they got this process to work like this. Wow, that's really cool. So I'm probably going to do the same thing with what I'm going to really make with it for a recipe. But I'm going to add a little, and I know they have something that's more unique, but I don't have that, and I'm not going to, you'll have to check that on the website. This is coconut aminos, so this is not with soy either. So I'm going to put a little in here into the Pumfu, just to give it a little bit of a flavor. Now you can also make this into, you could make this into even a dressing. If you blend, you could probably blend up, if you chose to, I'm not doing that, blend up the Pumfu and make it into a pumpkin seed dressing. And since the pumpkin's already, and they do soak their pumpkin seed, I saw on their website, before they make it, before they process it into the cake, I guess you'd say, like pumpkin cake, seed cake. Now I have some nutritional yeast, and I also have a package to show you what that is. This is from a brand called Shiloh Farms. It's organic nutritional yeast flakes. And again, I'll have the information all below the video. So I'm going to put a little, I keep it in a shaker container. So I'm putting a little in here, just for a little flavor. And then what I also have here too is some Italian seasoning. So it's thyme, rosemary, basil, oregano, marjoram, and sage. It's not the container itself, not what it is. It's just I'm reusing this container. I get it in bulk at the health food store. And it's always good. I had an idea that when I buy it, they have like a little code you put on it and a little sticker. So on the sticker, I put the date that I purchased it, because they say it's always good to refresh your herbs and spices like within like a year or less if you use it up faster. But I guess I know when so I keep the sticker that's on the package, and then I put it on the container that I put it in, that I reuse for that. So let's see how that is. Maybe I'll add a little more of the Aminos. And I'm going to spread some on the, I don't know if it really spread. Again, it's not that soft. It's more crumbly. But I'll put some on the tortilla. And then you can put other things on the tortilla, but I'm not quite ready with what I was going to do else with that. So I'll just put it on just like this. And maybe roll it up. Maybe I'll try it too to see how it tastes. Oh, that's nice. It's not too strong, but it's nice with the herbs too. And you can use other things too. This is just what I'm using. You could use fresh herbs. You could use, other kinds of vinegars or other things like that. So I'm just putting it on the tortilla just like that, you can see. And I'll use it all up. But it is kind of like a crumble. I'll use most of it. And then the other part, the other quarter that I have, I'll use for something else. So I'm just going to eat this like this before it falls apart. Oh, it tastes nice. Okay, so now I'll finish eating this before I continue. I don't know if you saw that, the Pumfu is green, if you didn't realize that. Excuse me. So, now what I'm going to do is put this aside for now. And what I'm going to make, I'll show you after I put together the other ingredients for the dish. So I have here already some pre-prepped vegetables that I blanched. So what blanching means is you boiling water, and then you put the vegetables in and take them out. You don't leave them in that long. And this is what I use to take them out. It's called the vegetable skimmer. So in case you didn't know what that is. So it's fine mesh. And then you can skim out from the pot. So it's quickly cooked. So I have here green cabbage and carrot already prepped. So what I'm going to make, and I also have other vegetables I'm going to add now, and then tell you what this is going to turn out to be once I get to the point where I'm going to work with the Pumfu again. Okay, so I'm going to add some other vegetables. I have here some celery. So it's going to be a special kind of a bowl. And I'll tell you, like I said, I'll tell you shortly what that's going to turn out to be once I get there. So I figured I would do this in front of the camera so you get to see me preparing the vegetables as well, instead of doing it all in advance. So that's why the video will be a little longer. So some celery. So I'm just going to put some in the bowl here. I don't know if you could see that. I'll rearrange my table here so that it can be visible in the video. Okay. So I'm just cutting that up right into the bowl. Okay. And again, options are endless. What you want to use for your bowl, as far as your vegetables or your other ingredients that you're going to put in here. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one piece. I think I had a second piece, but I think that's enough. I also have a part of a piece of a celery. Oops, sorry. I said celery already. Radish, so I'm going to put that in as well. Doesn't matter how it's cut, that's your decision. I'm just making little, like, triangle here pieces, quarter of a quarter. Okay. It's It's also good to have colorful vegetables in your dishes for health reasons, because there's health benefits to all of them. Then I have, let's see, I'll do next is I have some jicama. If you don't know what jicama is, it's mostly, I think, grown in Mexico, but this is half of one, because I've already used half. So it's considered a prebiotic in the body. So that's good because that feeds the probiotics. So I'm just going to cut some away. What I do with my jicama is I tend to cut pieces around so it lasts longer. Like I keep cutting around, and this has already been, I've had this for a while, so it's a little bit older, but it's still good. So I just cut on each side, and then I take off the skin. You cannot eat the skin. The skin is not edible. And it has a sweet taste, so it's really nice. Kind of a sweet, I mean, to some people compare it to potato. I wouldn't really compare it to potato in the sense that this is juicy. Potatoes don't tend to be juicy like this. It's really refreshing. You have it in a salad like this. It's really good. You could just have it as a snack also. So I'm just cutting away the part that's inedible. And then I'm just going to make like sticks and then a little cubes like that into the bowl. Yeah, I like jicama a lot. It's really good. And you want to look for one that, I don't know if I showed you on there, the skin. You want the skin to be as smooth as you can. You have to be careful. Sometimes they can get moldy and old really fast. And also, so you don't want that because then it'll go bad. You see how the skin is generally pretty smooth. And then, these bags is another thing. This is our compostable bags from a brand called BioBag. So I'll put that also in the video. Okay, so I'll do the other part of this here. I'm just taking off the skin here. Okay. And then just cutting that up. Doesn't matter if it's perfectly sized. The size doesn't really matter as far as how you cut it up, how you slice it. Okay, then after this, I have a nice heirloom tomato. I love heirlooms, if you're a fan of heirloom like me. So this is a yellow, kind of yellow reddish, beautiful colors, if you could see that. So I'm going to just do maybe half of this. If that's more than enough. Fill up the bowl. Okay, just cut away this part over there. And then just add that to the bowl, and it looks nice because I have different colors in here now. I've got orange and yellow and green. And if you don't know about heirlooms, heirloom means that the seeds are saved, continually saved. And I think they're usually saved for at least 50 years most of the time, but much higher quality products. You could look that up online about heirlooms. There's different kinds of heirlooms, but mostly I buy heirloom tomatoes. I don't know if I've ever bought anything else that's heirloom that I know of. Okay, so I'm just going to use half for now. Then next I'm going to add some, I've got pepper. Okay, before I do the pepper, because it's going to stay in the knife, so I'd rather wait for that. Because I have some tempeh. I don't know if you're familiar with tempeh. Tempeh is a fermented food made from soy. And some people don't want to do soy, but I'm okay with soy, and especially fermented. So this is already cooked. I'm going to show you the package in a second. I'm just going to take half of this, half of the quarter for now. And then I'm just going to cut this up into the dish. And this is also very high in protein as well. Again, I'm just going to make it into kind of like cubes. So this is a brand that's called Light Life. They make a lot of different other kind of processed products, but it's not processed like necessarily bad, but made into different things with tempeh. But I prefer the plain products. This one also has flax seeds in it, so that I could do what I want with it. And some people like that because it's already prepared, but I prefer to do it this way. So I'll show you the tempeh here. This is the tempeh, what it looks like. This is the package, and it's frozen. Oops, it's dripping. It's dripping all over the place. I didn't realize it's dripping because I took it out of the freezer. So I'm going to put that down and wash my knife, and be right back. I think that tempeh needs to go back in the freezer, so pardon me for a second while I do that because it's dripping all over the place. So So it made a little bit of a mess, but you know, that's what you get for live videos. So yeah, I think this got a little wet from that. Okay. So just so you know, these are compostable. And just to prove to you that it is, because look, and it's already tearing, and it's not tearing because of plastic, it's tearing because it's compostable, and it's supposed to be going, I guess, into the compost soon. So next I have some bell pepper. It's already started, so I'm going to add that as well. So I should have probably showed the tempeh earlier. I didn't realize it was going to start dripping like that, because I do keep it in the freezer. I know I showed it to you very fast, but you can look it up online too. You know, when you first buy it, it's refrigerated usually in the stores, but I put it right in the freezer so that it doesn't go bad, because you might not use it up right away. Sometimes I buy more than one at a time if I find them in the store and I like them or they're on sale or something. So I'm just going to take a couple of slices of that. And that same thing I do with the pepper, like I do. Oops, I think I dropped the seed in here. Like I do with the jicama, I cut it around as I go around so it stays better that way, unless you're going to use up the whole thing. Okay, so I'm just going to add this. Just cutting it up in pieces like this. And I'm probably going to take away this skimmer because it's in the way, so pardon me for just a second. Okay, back. Okay, so I'm going to add the pepper. So the bowl is getting pretty full. I still haven't done the pumfu yet, but I'll show you what I'm going to attempt to do, if I can. Okay, then the last thing, or almost the last thing I'm going to add, and I'll take this away as well. No, that's okay. I'm talking in the video while I'm doing it. So I have a half of avocado. So how I do the avocado, if you've never seen this, how to get the pit out, is you put your knife into the pit, and it should turn it. See, there you go. And it still has some avocado on there, so I'll take that off later. So what I do with my avocado is I tend to go like this. I slice it down and then across into little pieces and then add it to the dish. And I have a spoon here, so I could use that. Okay. So now we got the avocado. I'll mash that in. And we're still not done yet. Or I'm still not done yet, I should say. Okay, so I'm a big avocado fan, especially when you find a really good one. This one was beautiful. I used the other half earlier, so okay. So we'll deal with that later. Okay, so now I'm just kind of mixing this in, and it looks pretty nice without even any seasoning or anything yet. That will do soon. So just to show you how pretty that looks. So now I'm going to cover this up in the meantime. There's one other ingredient that will go in here, but that'll be shortly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to make, I'll move this out of the way. Let's see here so I can get a little more room. What I'm going to attempt to make with the pumfu now, what I thought of, I had an idea, is to make it, and I have it right here, so I'll transfer it back into this bowl because there's still some from the other, is I was going to mash it up and make it into pumfu balls, like non-meat balls. So I was going to add some of these other ingredients. I have some other ideas of what to put it on too, which I didn't mention. I should also show you. So some other things, if you make it into like the spread or something like that, is I have some nice crackers. This is from a brand called Foods Alive. These are their tomato and herb, but they have many different varieties. And the other thing I have here too is something called corn thins, which I like. And those can also, they're from a brand called Real Foods. You could use that also. So that's just some other ideas in case you wanted to try things a little differently. Okay, so now, pardon me for a second. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm in the process of mashing this up here. And I'll also take a knife to help me kind of mash it. See if I can do this. But so far I really do like it. I hope other people will try it who hasn't. I know my mom likes pumpkin seeds, so I'm going to tell her about it too. So it's great. The protein content and also the iron is really good for you. So what I'm going to do is, I was going to make spaghetti and meatballs. in with vegetables. So that was the idea. And I do have a spaghetti. I'll show you also an alternative to regular pasta. So what I'm doing is I'm going to add some of these ingredients that I did before when I made it into like a thing for the with the tortilla. So I'm going to add some more coconut aminos here. This is from a brand called Coconut Secret. And then more of the nutritional yeast, which I mentioned before. And then some more of the Italian seasoning. And then I'm also going to add some coconut vinegar as well to try that. I have that over here. This is from a brand called Dynamic Health. It's a similar bottle to this, but it's not. I use this bottle because the bottle it comes in doesn't have a spout, so I like this better. So I just put the label on it so I know. So add a little of this as well. We'll see how I like that, if I want to add any more. Then I'm going to mash it up. Then I also have here some, there was something else I wanted to use. Yeah, it's coconut flakes from a brand called Wildly Organic. And a lot of these brands I've done videos for, like Foods Alive and them. And so most of them you can check also on my channel. So I'm going to add a little bit of this too as well. So the way to make meatballs is I'd have to use my hands, just so you know. I'm going to probably, before I touch that, I'll wash my hands again, since I've been touching a lot of packages. So we'll just see how this works, if it'll work. I will try. And first I'm going to do is taste it to see what I think of the flavor. So I've only used a quarter. I could use more, but I think just for the video's sake, so I don't take so much time, because this video is getting probably really long. Let me just see how it tastes. That's just what I want to do to know. Well, actually, it tastes really nice. The combination of the aminos and the vinegar is nice. It gives it a really nice flavor. I would probably add a little more vinegar. So you got to be careful with vinegar in the sense that it could get really strong if you overdo it. So I usually put vinegar in. And this is also with the mother, so it's actually, I guess I don't know if it's called fermented or what it's called, but it's good. It's just because, like, if it's too strong, it might be too much for you to handle, as far as if it's like a vinegary taste. Yeah, and I think also a little more aminos now, too. Well, I know these aminos are actually fermented, so it's good to eat fermented foods, I should say. It's good for the body, good for the gut, good for the digestion. Okay. So I think this is the best I'm going to do as far as, I think, crumbling it. And then also in the salad, I'll probably add more vinegar, because I like to use that in the salads. So just give me a second. I'm going to again go back and rinse my hands off, just to kind of make them. I want to make sure my hands are clean. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, but it's easier to do videos sitting down than in the kitchen. The setup just doesn't work as easily for me. So what I'm going to do now is I have the bowl here that I can do this, and a plate. So what I'm going to do is try to take a little bit in my hand, see if I could form them. It might not work, but it was just a thought. If I could form them into kind of like balls. It might be a little too wet, because I added the vinegar and the aminos, so maybe it won't work. I had the idea. It was a good idea. I think you would need like a flour or something, which I do have some banana flour, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. So it was a nice thought, but I think it's just going to have to stay like this in the bowl. So I'm going to wash my hands again. So it was a nice thought, but I think I'll just keep it this way. It'd still be nice. It'd still have a nice taste. It'll just be crumbled instead. So I'm going to put that into the bowl. So the spaghetti and meatballs will just spaghetti and crumble instead. So I'll show you the spaghetti now that I'm going to add. Okay. So I guess they would have to be done more like you need more flour and kind of to do that, but okay, that's okay. It's not a problem. So then the noodles I have is from a brand called nuPasta. I also did videos for them as well. It's Konjac noodles, so there's no gluten, there's no wheat, there's no soy. So this is just the sealed package, and this is the one I already opened and washed or rinsed, I say. I don't warm it up. Other people do, but I'm just going to use it like this. And it looks just like pasta, and it is organic as well. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to add some of this to my bowl here. And I'll probably finish it up. So this is what it looks like. Or else I wouldn't put the fork in that I ate from, since it's only me. But that's the noodles. And before I try this whole dish, I'm not going to use it all right now. Before I try it, I'm also going to add some more seasoning. Mix it up as well. I'm going to probably add a little more vinegar for flavor. Okay. Then mix it up and show you the finished product. Again, I was hoping to make it into meatballs. That was the idea, but it was a nice effort. So I'm just trying to mix it up so you can see everything here. It looks really nice. You can see the crumble. It's in here. You just can't maybe see it too much. Try to get some more in here so you can see it. Okay, well, I think that's the best I'm going to get there. So there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and try it. Probably needs a little more Aminos. You don't know till you try it what you think. Sometimes it needs more, sometimes less. A little more seasoning. A little more saltiness it needs. Let's try it again now. That's good. Yeah, and I could see the Pumfu in here. It's just broken up into smaller pieces. But yeah, very nice. I'm going to be enjoying the rest of my meal right now. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal. And don't forget, before I go, I forgot. Don't forget, this is the product that you want to check out too. Pumfu from Foodies Vegan. And I thank you for watching the Rawesome Vegan Gal.